There we go. Okay, we're on. Haha. Smart. We're going to be having a go at doing this Oldhammer Necromunda model. Very old model from when I was a kid that I've never painted before. So I had two copies of this model, and I did paint up one of them, but really badly when I was a child. So I'm going to give him a go today. I'm thinking of getting started with just kind of like placing out all of the different colors that we're going to have across the model. So this guy's a bit more stylish than the previous guy that I did, which was this little kind of medieval-like fella. Is this fella here? So we're going to go with a bit more of a cleaner look, I guess, but still quite colourful. I think would be kind of nice. For the time being, I think what we're going to do is we'll start with picking out just some of these areas, because there's a lot going on with the model. So we've got to kind of figure out what we're going to be doing exactly with him. Yeah, let's figure it out. So I think we're going to get some blue in this one for some of the clothes. We'll just throw on some colours and see how it goes. Let me get my brushes. So we need you. I'll take you as well, just in case. That should do me. All right, we'll get going. So we don't have to be very clean at the moment. All we have to do is place a bit of colour. I'm going to start off with this blue. I'm going to try and do, I think, his jacket. So yeah, I'm going to try and just basically cover this guy in a lot of blue first. I'm not going to be too clean with it. I'm just going to messily throw it down. There's quite a lot going on with this model. So I'm kind of having some trouble figuring out which bits are where. It's a bit of a late start for my stream today. It was my wife's birthday. She was working. Welcome to Japan. And I had to go and get my driver's license renewed here, so that took my day out. Right now my wife has kind of fallen asleep on the couch, so just kind of got her comfortable with a blanket and was like, yeah, I'll go and do a little bit of a stream, that'll be good. Now we go. This is going to be a real tricky one to mark out and paint. Yeesh. Right, okay. Let's just mark out the skin, because that one's kind of an easy one to spot in comparison to a lot of the other areas that we've got going on. Oh, right, there we go. Don't need that on anymore. I've got the aircon on, but it's fairly hot. Alright, so we're going to do the skin, starting off with the face. I'm just going to throw in some Bugmans. We're going to have to put in a few layers, I think, just to make sure it's as clean as possible. So that's some of the difficulties of painting with an undercoat that's black. So I get the arm all painted. Now he's wearing a glove, so but there is a little bit of a hole there, so we're going to just catch that little bit of skin that's showing. There we go. Okay, we've got this other arm as well. And then we've pretty much done all of the skin. Don't know what I'm going to do is, what colour I'm going to do is hair. I could go crazy with the hair and do full on anime hair, or just kind of make him just look a bit Elvis-y. Okay. Alright, that's the skin tone in the base skin. I'm going to decide what we're going to do his shirt. I feel like his shirt should be an almost white, a bit like the last guy, but a little cleaner. Still a little bit of an off-white. So let's just base it with a little bit of heavy brown. I'm going to need a finer brush to do a bit more of that. Okay, we're just going to throw this paint on, and then so what we're going to try to do is what was I saying? Yeah, I'm just going to throw paint on and hope for the best in terms of the color scheme. That's how we're going to start this anyway. Okay. Let's throw in a little bit of maybe the green on his legs. I'm using my Nocturna green paint. It's kind of quite a deep, dark one. It's a good one to do as a base and work your way up from it. This model is really covered in lots of details. It's quite surprising for such a old model. The sculpt is a really quality sculpt. There we go. Oh, hello, Linda. I hope you're having a lovely Christmas period. I was on late today. Fairly tired today, but thought I'd get on and try and do at least a little bit of a stream. Working on some of my very old models from when I was a child. I think I'm going to do his gloves green as well. Are you all ready for Christmas? Okay. Yeah, I'm on my holidays now, which is kind of nice. But every day I've had stuff to do, so that's kind of keeping me busier than I was hoping. But I'm managing to get quite a bit of painting done. I knocked out 10 little demons, and I've now put them up for sale here in Japan. I'm trying to make a little profit off of models that I don't use anymore by painting them up nicely and trying to sell them. I sold some models and that seemed to go well, for an okay amount of money. We'll see if anyone else wants to buy my models. I'm not sure if they really do, but we shall see. Let's do that. Right, this guy's gonna have color like all over the place, I think, so we're gonna do some red. Red, or let's try some Screamer Pink. I've not used Screamer Pink like forever, so I think I should practice using it. That'll be nice. I've got to try and actually work on doing some of my YouTube videos. I haven't been making them for a while. I've got some things in the line, a couple of scripts written. I just got to sit down and do them. I've kind of been putting it off. So I'll probably try. I might get some time tomorrow. So I might use that time to do some video work. I'm trying to kind of also get myself set up so I'm just like painting more. I'm really been keen on painting and feel like I'm again making good improvements to my skills, which is kind of cool. It's always nice to feel that way. I'm sure I'll plateau again, but I've been using these brushes for I think almost a year now without really getting proper replacements. So these brushes are getting a bit beaten up. Luckily, I did do a Kickstarter for some new brushes. I'm getting some wolf hair brushes, which is very curious to me. I'm going to be getting this Kickstarter campaign for paintbrushes. Was very successful, so I'll be getting a whole ton of brushes through the Kickstarter. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to basically get a whole bunch of sable brushes, which is what I was really wanting. But I'm also getting a whole bunch of wolf hair brushes, which are apparently a decent alternative. I'm very curious to see what they're like. So I'm probably going to try and paint a model with my old brushes, paint a model with the new sable brushes, and paint a model with the wolf hair brushes and kind of compare the experiences. See if they're any good. It's a kind of an interesting color there. Kind of enjoying that. I'm also really contemplating getting a 3D printer. It would be just nice to be able to just print the model that I want to paint at the time I want to paint it, rather than kind of like umming and ahhing over buying an expensive model and then never actually getting it or doing something like that. I think with a 3D printer I can just go, I really want to paint a bust. Let me get this bust and print it and I'll paint it. I think that would be kind of nice. Right, let's mark out all the areas with the leather brown. My very commonly used brown now. Mm-hmm. Keeping my stream quiet today, no background music. I don't know if that's better or not, but I have a feeling most people kind of do stuff or do other things as I am in the background from time to time. So rather than kind of bothering you with my music, I can just bother you with my voice when I speak up. God, there's all sorts of stuff in this. Whoosh. Oh, there's got to be blue there. I missed that bit. To do his belt. And all the little pouches as well. He's got all those pouches on his chest as well. Okay. Right, I think these will be brown. There we go. Right, I need a blue. Okay. We're getting a lot of it done there. Right, let's do some of the metal parts there by actually putting on some metal. So this is a model which I'm actually going to be doing true metallics on. Oh no, actually I'm not going to do true metallics because I want to keep it in theme of the one that I did previously, which was this little fella here. And I did it I did almost like a wet blend non-metallic metals on this guy, which you can kind of see there. God, sticking it this close to the light under the camera makes it really overexposed. It doesn't look so great. But I like him. He came out well. So let's leave that bit for now. Okay, let's actually try and add some of the details and things. Let's have a go at doing that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get some Cadian flesh tone, and we're going to use that for the initial highlights on the skin to do the skin tone. And right now what we've got to do is we just got to kind of mark in each of the highlight areas, and we're going to use our reference photo that's up in the corner there. Ugh. Oh, I hate these bots. Oh, just go away. I'm gonna just have to sort that out. I want to remove this. Can I just remove? Oh, I need to remove it somehow. Let me just get my restream chat up. I can at least remove it off the screen. Bloody things. Let's just see here. Dang it. Huh. I'm not sure if I can now. Dang. Ah, no. I can't remove it at the moment, so I'm just going to have to ignore that message. That's annoying. Ah. I hate these bots. Right. I was going to mark in the highlights for the skin. So we're using Cadian flesh tone for that. And we're going to use the photo that we got on the side there as a reference. So we can see that there is a highlight right on there. It's on the side of the nose. And then it's going all the way around there. And then on the upper lip. Okay. Catch that upper lip there. And there's a teensy bit on the chin, but not much. There's a little bit on top there. But then the rest is pretty dark. There we go. And you can start to see, I guess you can't really see it so well on my, but it's marking out the where the highlight's going to be. So we've got that initial highlight there. Now we've also got a bit from my other photo there on the side of the head here. Catching just there. There we go. Now we can do the muscle definitions as well. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Yeah, the photo, the reference photo really helps with just kind of removing that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It helps remove the stress of wondering where to put your highlights, because the photo's kind of doing the work for you. Right, from that side, the arm is done. Now from the back, I'm just going to give it another flow of Bugman's, because it's the coat wasn't very good. It needed another layer. Okay, so let's put on the Cadian flesh tone, so we get the highlight in. He has got muscles, more than me. This is like the 90s sculpts where everyone's like beefcake, generally. Okay, so one of the things that I've kind of learned is from doing these photos is the actual areas that I'm highlighting are a lot smaller than I used to highlight. It helps make them look a little bit cleaner, a little bit more real. Now, what we also need to do though is wherever it's really black and dark in the photo, we need to add in the shadow. So for shadow, I like using which one is it? frozen flesh? Is it frozen flesh? Or cold flesh? I think it's frozen flesh. So use frozen flesh. It's kind of like a slightly purple, fleshy shade. If it wasn't dried. Oh dear. Oh no, this isn't the one I want. I'm going crazy. That's not the one I need. The one I need is Purple Shadow, which makes much more sense. I need purple. That's what I was talking about. There we go. There we go. All right. So I'm going to mix this into a little bit of our Bugmans so that we've got a bit of that flesh shade into that purple shade. Then it kind of blends in a bit more naturally because it's got some of the other colour in it already. There's a little bit on the eyebrow there. I may have to do the eyes soon to kind of work this one out properly. Then we start blending it back and forth until we kind of get a smooth skin tone would be the aim. Alright, let's keep working on this face to try and get the face right first before we go and do the muscles. Face is the most important to get right. Right, now we can use a bit of our Bugman's. So now I'm just very gently, with very watered down paint, stippling in some of the blends between the darker shadows and the lighter highlights. Just so that the change in hue isn't so sudden. Alright, now I'll try it with our highlight. Going into kind of very heavily concentrated mode as I try and figure this thing out as I go. But I'm liking how it's turning out. It's going okay. I think I'm gonna see if I can steal a little bit of ice yellow. We're going to mix in a bit of our highlight with that, just to get a really, just a lighter highlight. Now this we're going to use for the very strongest points of light. There we go. Start to see a face is forming there. Again, I'm not sure about my camera settings. Might be a bit funky to try and really see that, but it looks good okay right now when I'm looking at it, which is something. There we go. Okay, for the time being, I'm pretty pleased with the face. What we should do now is try and do the eyes. This bit's always the scary bit. So we're going to take ivory for this one. I like doing ivory for eyes. Pure white is always a bit weird because naturally we do not have pure white eyes. So let's get it nice and fine. This is where I really want to get some new brushes. Make sure we've got something with a fine point. I'm really not feeling confident with this. I'm going to get me glasses. Where are you? There we go. Gonna go and look a little bit silly, but it's great for seeing properly. Really not feeling confident with this. Okay, that bit I'm pretty pleased with so far. We'll see if we can dot the eye. Okay, so dotting the eye will be black. Let's keep it simple. Oh no! You've got a lazy eye. You have to do the white of the eye again. There we go. Now I'm going to try again. Okay. That I'm happy with. He's a bit kind of bug-eyed, but I can see he's at least looking in the right direction. Just gonna check the settings on my camera here. That should be my white balance, should be okay there. I hope that's looking okay. It's too bright. There we go. I think part of it is I've got this light is a little bit harsh on everything. So one thing we can do is break everything. There we go. Thank you very much. I hope he's doing okay. I'm wondering if that looks a bit... Ooh, hello, focus. Ooh. There we go. There we go. That one, you can see it a little bit better. I just kind of adjusted my camera settings a little bit. You can kind of see it a bit better. Still, it looks a little bit cross-eyed-ish, but it's not too bad. We'll live with that. Okay, so next we want to add the shadow to the rest of the muscle. Really, most of it's just going to go on the bottom of the muscle mostly. There we go. Okay, so I'm hoping that once we paint the rest of this model, the skin will look better because it will match everything else around it. that's my reasoning, but I'm not totally convinced by my paint job here. I'm just going to really water down this black so it's like a wash almost, and then we're going to just do the eyebrows. Just makes the eyebrows just slightly tinted. One of the things I used to do before was not actually water down the paint for the eyebrow, and what ended up happening was I gave everyone like super thick eyebrows. They looked a bit odd. Still, this guy's eyes are pretty odd. When I look at it from this angle, he's a bit... I don't think he's going to be hitting his target very often. I don't know what he's been breathing through that gas mask, but I'm guessing it's probably causing him some problems. Right. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be marking in now all the kind of the metal areas by kind of catching those. Thank you, Nect. Yeah, I'm just kind of like throwing paint onto the model and just kind of seeing where it goes, to be honest. So we'll see if it turns out okay or not. Right now I'm going to be marking in my non-metallic metals. So I'm just going over where all the reflections are, finding where they are, popping them in. Oh, hello, Dice Gods. Long time no see, actually. I've been really busy and I haven't been able to make any videos. I feel kind of bad about that. I hope you're having a good holiday season. Various plagues. Oh my. Papa Nurgle's been visiting you for Christmas. Oh dear, oh dear. Figure out. I'm kind of doing a weird speckly kind of non-metallic metal on my Necromunda stuff to try and make it look a little dirtier. Yeah, the magic of parenthood, right? Yeah, to be honest, things have been busy. Work, like November, December period is like my busiest time at work, so it's kind of destroyed any kind of motivation to kind of do the editing process and things. So that's kind of kept me busy out of there. But I have been trying to force myself to paint as much as I can, which has been good. And I've started selling some models online in Japan here on like just selling sites and just put it up to a certain price and just sell it off. I'm basically going through a lot of my old Warhammer stuff. Yeah, real life is so inconvenient. But I'm basically going through like all my old models, like these Necromunda models, trying to paint them up really nice and then put them out for sale. To be honest, there's actually not really a market for these particular models in Japan, as far as I can tell. They're more into the actual having Warhammer models. So I might paint up some more of my 40k stuff and try selling that. And then I'm thinking of using the money that I get from selling these models to perhaps get a 3D printer and kind of step into that whole kettle of fish. Yeah, I'm going to purge quite a bit actually and make some space for bloody tag raid when it comes. So that's because that's going to be a thing. So making some space will, I'm sure, help tide things over with the wife. Yeah, it's going to be my birthday soon as well, straight after Christmas. So I'm thinking of that as also the excuse for getting a 3D printer. And just like there's so many kind of like, I really want to do busts, but buying busts in Japan is like, it's a lot. It's like $100 just to buy a bust sometimes, and it's like, okay, for 200 I could buy a printer, get a few more bits and pieces for it, and then once I start printing, I can do it all. It's good. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm hitting the big 4-0. Oh. Yeah, it's yeah, life is starting to kick us in the arse, I think. Certainly, family life, yeah, it really does put a stop to your production level. Throw more dice. Yeah, yeah. Um, what's it? I really want to play Infinity, but it's kind of hard to find the time for it. So I've actually started looking at perhaps doing a little bit of what's it? The one-page rules version of 40k, the Grimdark Future, where you can kind of bust out a game of 40k in very little time, in like half the time a normal game would take, just so I could play some bloody games. But yeah, okay, I'm liking this kind of grimy non-metallic metal I'm doing. I'm kind of enjoying it. I think it's kind of a fun way of doing it. I just kind of blotch it around a bit, and it ends up looking okay. Yeah, it seems pretty good. And like they also have models that you can print, so I'm like looking at them going, oh, that's kind of cool as well. But I can also use the models that I have for 40k, and it'll get some use out of those models. I mean, yeah, that knee pad's looking all right. I'm pretty pleased with that. Gotta fix that eye though. Oh my god. Oh my god, that eye. I've got to try and fix this eye. It's looking wrong as all hell. Uh, will you be getting anything special for Christmas, do you think? Okay, it's better. Still not perfect, but eyes are looking a lot better. You get 3 Christmases. Nice. Oh, Minnie's new tripods and video. Yeah. Mainly for me, we just gonna buy our own things, basically, me and my wife. My wife wants shoes, but she's very specific on the shoes she wants, and it's hard to find the ones that she wants. So I was like, look, let's just go and buy them. Okay? That would be easy enough. And then for me, I'm probably going to just combine my Christmas and birthday together to try and pick up the stuff I need for 3D printing. And maybe give that a go. I think that could be fun. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still kind of umming and ahhing because I worry about the fumes and things. But I've kind of cleared up a space next to the window here. I'm thinking by the window would be kind of good. I'm also like tempted as well to start, like, not Christmassy things, but tempted to try and have a go at doing a diorama. I thought about having a diorama that you can like hang on the wall. And so I went to, you can't really see it there, but maybe on the camera there. Yeah, basically bought this like little case with a little screen on the front there that you can kind of open up. There. I was thinking of making a kind of like a diorama scene inside this, perhaps with one of the Necromunda gangs I've got, one of the old ones. And then that would be kind of a fun little project to do. And then that can then be hung on the wall, would be the idea. That would be kind of cute. Oh, the printer. Right, yeah. I'm umming and ahhing between the Photon Mono 4X and the Creality Halot 1. They are both reasonably priced here, and I see similar reviews for them, so it's hard to choose which one. I don't know if you have any ideas of any recommendations, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, at the moment that's kind of the plan. But yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, if there's any kind of advice, they both seem to be fairly good for beginners. I'm kind of leaning towards the Creality Halot 1. It's got a carbon filter in it to help reduce the odor, I think, as well. So that's kind of a part of it. Plus also the prints seem pretty good, but I've also heard that the Photon Mono 4X also has some like really nice prints quality. Yeah, it's kind of scary to kind of approach, kind of like, should I really do this or not? But more and more I think about it, and I'm like, I want to be able to do some busts and things, and then if my like selling my painted models goes well, now I can't sell the 3D printed stuff because I don't have the license, but if I print off a few and I have them in storage or whatever, I might be able to get the license to just be able to sell them and see if it's something that can be done here in Japan. Like if people want those kinds of things at reasonable prices. I don't know. That's just me thinking. some exposed metal there. There we go. I'm going to try and paint the front of the model first, and then we can do the back later. I hate kind of like going, oh, what do I need to do on the back? I'll just do the front first, so we've got it all from one angle, and we can go, yeah, that looks good. Okay. Yeah. I'll see. First, I gotta see if I enjoy 3D printing, or if I'm gonna be like, I'm only doing this for myself because, oh my god, it's just killing me, kind of thing. But to be honest, I think it's fairly possible for me to be able to do some 3D printing. And I just kind of like leave it to print whilst I'm at work. When I get home, clean it. Just hope that I've got a successful print. We would have to see. I'll probably get frustrated with it and be like, I'm never touching that thing again. But I could see myself saving a lot. I keep spinning the thing around. I just said I'm going to do it from one side out, one angle first. Excuse me. Yeah. The first time I had an airbrush, god damn, it was painfully bad. I actually got a new airbrush. I got an Eclipse. That was kind of like a present to myself for working hard. And it was a lot of fun to play around with. I got it. Once I get tag ready, that's going to be really useful. I got the Iwata Eclipse, and it feels so good. It's like a completely different experience using that thing compared to the cheapy one that I was using before. Nice. Which brand of Japanese whiskey did you get? Do you think people will be angry that I didn't drill a hole in the bolter? Oh, what did I have before? The very first airbrush I got was the Iwata Neo. But not knowing how to use it, I kind of fucked it up and broke it. Then I was like, screw it. I still want to learn how to do this, but I'm not going to break another I'm not going to break an expensive or semi-expensive airbrush. So I went on AliExpress and I got this thing. And to be honest, like I went for a little bit more of the expensive one because I thought that might be the better option to do. And it was dirt cheap, but I didn't go for the dirty cheapiest thing. Yeah, there's no pleasing everyone or anyone. But I got this one, and it does the job, pretty well. it's got a horrible kind of tip thing that just gunks up, and it's so difficult to clean. But it's been doing its work, so I'm still using this for undercoating, base coating, and spraying models and things like that. And yeah, it's still working okay, as long as I kind of keep cleaning it. But now I've got the Eclipse for doing some more tighter work, hopefully trying to learn how to actually do more carefully blended colors and more controlled spraying and controlled amounts and things like that. That'd be kind of fun. It would be very useful, I think, once I have Tag Raid come through, because I'm going to try and paint everything up with a lot of airbrush work first, and then once that's done, then I can go in and do the brush work. And I will be getting new brushes as well, so I'm kind of getting a whole host of just stuff at the moment that's just kind of hopefully gonna feel good having. Okay, let's go ahead and just do his shirt. Now his shirt is all in pretty much shadow, so I don't need to do too much to it. But we're gonna add a little bit of ivory to the heavy brown that we were using. I'm just gonna kind of guess a little bit of where I'm gonna highlight that. We go. Just keep it simple, and that's enough. Oh, cool. Yeah. So you had a bunch of the kind of the military stuff there, and it looks really cool. I'm really curious. I would be really curious to play the game as well, but I want to be able to just do a game of something. I got to contact my friend now. I've kind of done all my little jobs and everything's kind of done and seemingly getting settled for the holiday now. I might be able to find some time to go and see my mate in Osaka and maybe play some games of things. That would be kind of nice. Yeah, I think I'm feeling a bit burnt out trying to, as much as the Defiance videos are kind of fun to make in their own way, it just takes forever to produce one. And I really want to kind of improve my painting skills, so I might try and lean my channel a bit more to the painting again. And I'll still try and get some out of those Defiance videos out, and I'll do probably some of the weird comedy things that I've been doing, because that's just kind of fun. But I'm just gonna have to rethink about how much I want to do the Defiance stuff. I'm just feeling a bit, I just don't want to be spending so much time editing that I don't do any painting, and then feel guilty about not working on the Defiance video or getting it closer to finished because I'm painting. It's I don't know, so it's just doesn't feel great. I'd like to have a go at doing battle reports and things. I'd like to do Aristea again, and you know, right now, to be honest, I've my daughter's Christmas, I decided, because she likes Pokemon, I decided to get her the Pokemon card game starter set thing with 3 decks in it. It's a simple version as well, so it's kind of easy for starting with. as far as I can understand. It's all in Japanese, but I can still play that. And so it'll be kind of give us a chance to play together. And in preparation of learning the rules, I went and got the online. I just played the online game, and the online game is really good. So I'm playing it quite a lot. So don't judge, but yep. Strangely, the what is it? It's kind of fun. I just realized. Okay. All right. Sorry, I was just checking some information on the computer screen there. I've kind of got myself a little bit of a setup going here now, where I've just moved my camera up there just to be like a little bit more face on when I'm painting, and I've set up a monitor up here as well, so I've got the chat coming right up there rather than having to always strain around to look at it. So I can look at it up there now. It's kind of nice. I decided again to move the camera to the above position just to try it out a little bit more. It seems to be going okay. I think it's all right. I'm never happy with how I set up anything. Right. Okay, let's just work on... he's got another bolter, isn't he? So let's do the red for that part of the bolter as well. Classic red. This guy is fully kitted out. Necromunda getting bolted is not an easy thing. I'm painting this guy. I'm going to be painting up another Necromunda dude as well. And then I've kind of got a set of 3 Necromunda models, and then I'm going to sell them all off together. But I don't know if I'll be able to sell them or not. I hope I will. Right, what time are we on? Oh, it's 12:30. Okay, I'll go for a little bit longer. I'm trying to try and blend some of these colours, and then I'll end up calling it a night. There we go. He's looking all right. Okay. Let's see, what have I got on my palette at the moment that I can use to do some of those. Mix in a bit of ivory, get this a little bit more like a bone. Okay. Then a bit of that with the brown. Perhaps just for a variation of the colour. That can be for the parchment. There we go. All right. Right, do I go this bright? Maybe I do. A little bit lighter, a little bit darker even. There we go. Okay. I think I'm pretty good for tonight. I think we've done a decent amount of work on this guy. And I think I'm going to call it a night because it is getting kind of late for me. And I can continue a little bit tomorrow, maybe do a video tomorrow as well. I want to do a video on this technique that I use here, which is value sketching. It's mostly written up, just got to record it and make the bloody video. Put that up, maybe for Christmas. My present to everyone. Value sketching and how good it is for painting. Yeah, thank you very much. It was really nice to chat with you guys. Have a lovely Christmas if I don't see you there before then. And yeah, take care. Bye now. Bye. Forget the camera's there now. Ha.